Good afternoon to all of you. My voice is audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in the last lecture, we was in that the constructions of the steel building, and also we have a gap of 3 to 4 lectures because I am busy with my PhD works. So I have completed my PhD on in the last Saturday, 24 October 2020. So due to which we have missed our 3 to 4 lectures. So we will cover all these lectures in this week. Okay. Now, in the last lecture, we was in that the constructions of the steel building, then planning and field operations, and what are the advantages and disadvantages of the steel buildings, how the importance of the constructions of the steel buildings we was seen in the last lectures. So in today's lecture, we are going to learn regarding about the different types of the erection machineries or equipment. For example, if you want to lift a particular prefabricated, you can say the any types of the element on the construction site, or even if you want to do the constructions on the site in case of the traditional method as well as in case of the prefabricated constructions. So to lift the particular loads, we use different types of the lifting equipment, and generally that equipment is known as the cranes. So in today's lecture, we are going to discuss regarding about the different types of the cranes such as tower, crawler, looping jeep type crane, floating and dredging equipment. So these are the particular things we are going to see in today's lecture. So I will share all of with you the today's presentation. So this is the things in case of the module 4 we have completed in the last lectures. That is the prefabricated constructions, then relative economy, then steel constructions, planning and field operations, then erection. In this lecture we are going to talk about these particular articles, that is the erection equipment, cranes of various types such as tower crane or the crawler, then looping jeep tower crane, then floating and dredging equipment. So if you see the definitions of a particular crane, so what do you mean by the crane? All of you are knowing that a crane is a machine by which we can lift a particular load within a minimum effort. Okay. So it is a generally mechanical device by which we can lift the particular loads. Okay. So the cranes generally has its own component parts. That is one component parts which called as a boom. Boom means a pipe, and then a wire rope or chain is attached with the sheaves, and that can be used for both to lift and lower materials. Okay, and to move the load in horizontal as well as in vertical direction. So this is about a crane. So it uses one or more simple machines to create mechanical advantages and thus move loads beyond the normal capability of a human. So, as far as concerned with the crane point of view, we have different types of the crane and we have the history of the cranes also. So now look at the history of the crane. So crane is generally originate in the ancient Greece, you can say the period or ancient Roman periods also. So as far as concerned with the ancient cranes, the first construction crane were invented by the ancient Greek and were powered by man, or you can say the waste of the burdens. So the ancient Greece type of the crane were pulley crane, the simplest crane type. You can lift 150 kg of load up to the 450 kg. So in the historic period, if you see, there will be also a crane which is manufactured with the help of a simple mechanism. The crane was made up of it, you can say the wooden crane, okay, where some of the pulleys attached in front of a particular one inclined member will be there, and a simple rope will be there, and the capacity of lifting of the load of that crane is 150 kg to 450 kg. So the crane for lifting the heavy loads, okay, which is introduced or invented by the ancient Greek in the late 6th century. So in case of the ancient Roman period, the simplest Roman crane, that crane is particularly called as the tris pastos, okay, which consists of a single beam jeep, which has you can say a wooden inclined pipe. That pipe is attached with the rope and a block containing 3 pulleys having thus a mechanical, you can say the benefit. So such type of the cranes were used in case of the historical period. So in case of the, as far as concerned with the progress of crane lead to such a level that in the constructions of Egyptian period, 50 men were needed to move 2.5 ton stone block up to the ramp. So imagine in case of the Egyptian period also, a huge amount of the manpower will require to lift the cranes, okay. But as long as the technology is increases, as long as the technology is came into pictures, there is a continuous improvement in case of the constructions heavy equipment to lift the heavy loads. So this is a picture. This is a modern pictures of the you can say the metropolitan city constructions. Okay, no doubt, if you want to construct a high-rise building means more than 10 or 15 floors. So in case of the Mumbai, you can say Kolkata, Madras, Chennai, such high metropolitan cities, for the constructions of the urbanizations or the constructions of the high-rise buildings up to the 50 floors. We have used different types of the cranes for lifting of the loads from one position to another positions, or even to carry the materials. For example, if you want to cast a slab, then if you want to cast that particular slab, we have to lift certain concrete at a particular locations where we want to cast it. So we require different types of the machinery. So for lifting of the vertical loads, horizontal loads, we use different types of the cranes. So there are main types of the cranes. Generally there are 2 types of the cranes. One is fixed crane and another is mobile or movable cranes. Okay. So as far as concerned with the fixed crane, okay, the exchanging mobility for the ability to carry greater loads and each reach greater heights as compared to any other of the equipments or the cranes. So there are different types of the fixed cranes. So first one is the tower crane, then self-erecting crane, then telescopic crane, then hammered crane, hammerhead crane, then level looping crane, then gantry crane, then another type is the overhead crane, then deck crane, jeep crane, bulk handling crane, loader crane, and stacker crane. So these are the different types of the cranes. So, for example, the construction is going on. We require different types of the cranes. So as far as concerned with the engineering point of view, as a civil engineer, our responsibility is that we have to plan the different types of the equipment which is required as per the site conditions. Okay. For example, if you get the contractor for constructions of the high-rise building, so we need the various management. Okay, so management itself a technique which involves the management of the various resources. Okay, so we require various resources such as the money, manpower, machinery, then available space within the stipulated time period. Means if you want to manage all these things, if you want to do the planning of all the construction activity on a particular construction site, no doubt you can minimize your total construction cost. You can get additional benefits as far as concerned with the 1 minute. Nirkesar is came here. So we are discussing about the different types of the cranes. Okay. So if you want to manage all these particular things, okay, so we require a planning of all the machineries, because if you see the total cost which is required for a particular machinery for erection on a particular site, approximately 30% cost will require to hire that particular machinery, or you can say manage the machinery on the construction site. So as far as concerned with the different types of the cranes, we are using these types of the crane on a particular site. So first one is the tower cranes. Okay, the tower crane is a modern form of balance crane. So see here, we have for example, as a high powered, you can say the crane. We require such type of the crane. For example, G plus 20 floors will be there, and if you want to lift a particular load from one location to another locations, then such type of the tower crane be required. So it has this particular, you can say, the column which is made up of with the steel, and all the horizontal and vertical assembly, or you can say, see here, these are the component parts. Also all this particular assembly is made up of with the steel. This particular fixed to the ground and sometimes attached to the side of the structure as well as. So the foundations of this particular type of crane is attached at the ground level. There will be a separate arrangement, or great care should be taken to avoid any accident. So while erection on the ground of this particular horizontal, you can say, the column of this particular tower crane, the care should be taken that the nut and bolt arrangement and the foundation should be strong to avoid the failure of this particular crane. So tower crane often give the best combination of height and lifting capacity. So this is a particular advantages of the tower crane. And this crane is used in the constructions of the high-rise building. G plus 25 up to the G plus 50 floors, we can use such type of the crane. So this is a particular advantages of the tower crane. Then we have another important crane, that is the telescopic crane. So a telescopic crane has a boom that consists of number of tubes fitted on one side, one inside the other. So look at this. This is a type of your telescope. Okay. This is a particular length of the this boom, or you can say the pipe. If you fold this particular all the assembly, this can be folded in one place. So it is basically its principle is based upon the hydraulic or other powered mechanism extended or recreates the tubes to increase or decrease the total length of the boom. So this is a particular advantages. You can increase or decrease the length up to as per your the construction criteria. You can increase or decrease the length of the this pipe, or you can see the boom. Then the another important types of the crane is self-erecting crane. So this is a self-erecting crane. See here, it is a type of a tower crane. It is made up of you can say again a particular vertical boom will be there, or the structural steel arrangement will be there. This is a particular horizontal, and then somewhere this is a hydraulic, you can say the pipe will be there. Then if you want to again increase the length, horizontal length, for example, the total distance in between the constructions and the erections of this particular foundations of this particular crane is for example 20 feet or 20 meters or more than that also. So in that case we have to use the self-erecting crane. So the capacity of this particular crane is 200 ton to 500 ton. It can lift the heavy load. Okay. So with the help of this particular assembly, we can lift the load. But basically, the important thing is that the foundation is very important. So extra care should be taken to avoid any accident or failure of this particular crane. The strong foundation we can construct. Okay. So this type of the self-erecting crane we can use to lift the load from one place, particularly in horizontal directions. So such type of the crane we can use. Then The another important types of the crane is hammered crane. Okay, this is known as hammerhead crane. So see here, this is a particular steps we have to maintain for uh, the human being. They are going on the particular platform. This is a platform for the worker. So we can climb with the help of this particular these steps, and then this is a horizontal frame, you can say. This is a platform, horizontal platform. This is the vertical assembly. With the help of this horizontal working platform is erected, and this is the load where we can lift the load with such assembly. So the hammerhead crane is a fixed jeep crane, consists of a steel brace tower on which revolve a large horizontal double cantilever. So this is a double cantilever, you can say, the for carrying the horizontal load. The forward part of this cantilever or jeep crane carries the lifting trolley. The jeep is extended backward in order to form a support for the machinery and counter the balancing weight. So this is about the hammerhead crane. Then another important types of the crane is the level looping crane. Okay. So a level looping crane is a crane of common design but with an extra mechanism to keep the particular hook level when looping. Okay. It is a crane mechanism where the hook remains at the same level while looping, or you can say the moving jeep up and down, so as to move the hook inward and outward relative to the base. So this is a particular type of the crane generally used in case of the bridge pier deck constructions. Okay. So to lift the heavy load, we can use such type of the level looping crane. Then another types of the crane is gantry crane. So the principle of the gantry crane is like as a gantry girder. So a steel gantry girder. So a steel gantry girder crane has a hoist in a fixed mechanism or the house or on a trolley that runs horizontally along the rail. So these are the gantry, you can say the horizontal beams, and we can move the load from this particular position up to the required height. So it is usually fitted on a single beam. We called it as a mono girder, or two beams with twin girder. It is particularly used for the purpose of lifting very heavy objects. So such type of the gantry crane is generally used in case of the industry. Okay. So where the lifting of the heavy load is required. For example, for prefabricated constructions, for the lifting of the pre-stressed concrete members. For example, the pre-stressed concrete member is constructed in a particular you can say the company or the industry or the factory. Then to lift that particular beam, column, slab, you can say the pre-stressed slab. So with the help of such gantry girder crane, we can lift easily. So such assembly we require to lift the pre-stressed or prefabricated members in the factory itself. Then the another important types of the crane is container crane. Okay. So the container crane or ship to shore rail mounted gantry crane is a specialized version of the gantry crane. In such crane, the horizontal gantry rails, okay, and their supporting beam are cantilever out from between frame upright space to suit the length of the standard ferrite container. Okay. So
Such type of the crane generally used for also lifting the heavy loads, and this is particularly again used for the bridge constructions. Okay, in case of the constructions of the bridge piers or the constructions of the bridge decks or the lifting of the pre-stressed concrete bridge deck. So such type of the container crane we can use. Then another important types of the crane is overhead crane. So overhead crane are also known as suspended crane. The overhead crane is a type of crane where the hook and line mechanism run along a horizontal beam that run along widely separated rails. So, in case of the pipe manufacturing company, or in case of the all types of the sanitary manufacturing company, for example, the Supreme Industry in case of the Jalgaon, okay, or Jain Irrigation in case of the Jalgaon. So where all types of the pipes and sanitary assembly is manufacturing, and to lift such type of the pipes in the factory itself. So such type of the overhead crane is generally used. Such type of the cranes also used in case of the wall. Okay, so to lift the load from one position to another position in vertical or in horizontal directions. So this is about the overhead crane. Now another importance of the crane is the deck crane. So these are used for cargo operations or boat travel where no shore unloading facility are available. Most are diesel hydraulic or electric hydraulic. The most advanced form of deck crane is a GLB deck crane or electro hydraulic deck crane. It has a good design and excellent control and the best operational properties. So in case of the loading and unloading goods from the ship, okay, for example, if you want to export the good from India to other foreign country, so the shipping of all the goods or the export or import of all the goods which is through when it is through with the ship model, then to unload and load the goods in the ship. So this deck crane we can use. So this is a best you can say the crane for loading and unloading the goods in the ship. So another important types of the crane is jeep crane. A jeep crane is a type of crane where horizontal member we call as a jeep or boom. So this is a horizontal member. We can call it as a pipe or jeep. Supporting a movable hoist is fixed to wall or to a floor mounted pillar. So jeep crane are used in industrial premises and on military vehicles. Okay. So this is a applications where we can use such type of the crane. So jeep crane are used in industrial premises and on a military vehicles. So this is a particular application. Then it has its main types: floor mounted jeep crane, wall mounted jeep crane, and special application jeep cranes. Then another importance of the crane is handling crane. So bulk handling crane are designed from the outside to carry a shell, grab or bucket rather than using a hook and a sliding. Okay, they are used for bulk cargoes such as coal, mineral, scrap metals. So if you want to lift the coals or another types of the elements or the scrap metals, so this is the application where we can use bulk handling crane. Then the another important crane is loader crane. It is also called as a knuckle boom crane or anti-culling crane. It has
the hydraulically powered articulated arm fitted to a truck or trailer, and it is used for loading and unloading the vehicle. So this type of the loader crane generally used to load or unload the vehicle in a particular truck or lorry. So with the help of this type of the crane, we can lift the any type of the machinery we can load into the truck or trailer. Another important types of the crane is the stacker crane. So a crane with a forklift type mechanism used in automated computer control warehouses known as automated storage and retrieval systems. So this particular stacker crane is generally computerized or the computer control crane. It has the fork can be raised or lowered to any of the level of a storage rack and can be extended into the rack to store and retrieve the product. So this type of the stacker crane generally used in case of the mall. We can lower or we can extend the height up to a particular level with the help of such type of the crane. So the best applications of this type of the crane is in mall. I would like to share with you one of the important video regarding about the types of the crane.
When it comes to building skyscrapers, there is no piece of construction equipment more essential than the tower crane. These heavy lifting machines dominate city skylines, hoisting materials and machinery to some of the highest construction sites on Earth. They have become a part of everyday life in almost every major city as contractors race to build high-rise after high-rise, and more than 100,000 can be found in operation around the world at any given time. Despite how common tower cranes are, they often seem to appear in the sky out of nowhere, leaving many of us wondering how they got there in the first place. The vast majority are erected using mobile cranes that are larger in size, but obviously this can't always be done when you are building a record-breaking structure, and taller cranes simply don't exist. Some construction sites in dense urban areas may not have enough space for a large mobile crane either, and many projects also require tower cranes to be erected in stages so that they rise in unison with the constructed portion of the building. In these scenarios, the cranes must raise themselves to the final working height all on their own using a method known as climbing, and that is what we will be looking at in today's video. In general terms, climbing a tower crane simply refers to the process of adding or removing sections of the mast in order to increase or decrease the overall height. The concept is fairly straightforward in principle, but it is quite difficult to execute safely in the field, with catastrophic consequences if anything should go wrong. It is one of the most dangerous operations that can be performed with a tower crane, and it is only carried out when absolutely necessary to complete a project. Before climbing can begin, a tower crane must first be erected to an initial height using a suitable mobile crane. The process begins by constructing a stable foundation, which usually consists of a large concrete slab reinforced with steel rebar, and this takes place about a month before the crane goes vertical, so that the concrete has enough time to cure. Once the concrete has reached its full strength, the first steel truss section of the mast is lifted into place, and it is secured with anchor bolts that are embedded in the foundation. Additional sections are then stacked on top of one another to complete the tower portion of the crane, and they are fastened together with high-strength steel bolts. The mast is topped off with a slewing unit, which is basically a turntable that allows the top of the crane to rotate, and this serves as a base for the operator's cab and lifting components. The exact arrangement of the top assembly varies depending on the type of tower crane, but the one shown here has a hammerhead configuration with a cathead and a fixed jib that cannot be moved up or down. The cathead is the first component to be installed on top of the slewing unit, followed by the counter jib and working jib, and these are connected with steel tie rods that help to transfer loads to the mast. Once the top assembly is complete, a counterweight is then added to the counter jib, which normally consists of several concrete slabs. The counterweight helps to balance the load when the crane is performing a lift, effectively reducing the bending moment, or torque, that must be carried by the mast. Since the working jib is fixed on this particular crane, a trolley system must be used to adjust the radius of the hook so that the load can be positioned closer or further from the mast. This is not the case for luffing jib tower cranes, however, as they can adjust the radius simply by raising or lowering the working jib. In either case, the ability to change the position of the load makes it possible to perfectly balance the crane on top of the mast, and this is essential for the climbing process to be carried out safely. When a tower crane is ready to be climbed, a steel climbing frame is first assembled around the base of the tower, and it is lifted up to the underside of the slewing unit. The frame has a square cross-section with a lattice structure around three sides, but the front is left open so that new mast sections can pass through. The top is securely fastened to the underside of the slewing unit with high-strength steel bolts, and a hydraulic jack at the bottom is positioned over a push point on the existing mast. A new mast section is then hoisted up to the frame, where it is either placed on a steel tray or suspended from a guide rail that extends out above the opening. At this point, the top of the crane must be perfectly balanced over the jack before it can be lifted, which is accomplished by placing a weight on the hook to offset the counterweights. An additional mast section is typically used for this, and it is positioned at a precise radius from the mast so that there is no net moment applied onto the climbing frame. The crane top essentially behaves like a large balance scale during the climb, and it could topple off the mast if its center of gravity is not in line with the jack. In addition, the climbing frame is not designed to carry significant torsion, and it is extremely important that the crane is not slewed during the climbing process. The new mast sections are therefore arranged in a straight line on the ground to eliminate any need to rotate the crane, and the operator will usually leave the cabin during the climb so that the crane cannot be slewed accidentally. Once the crane is confirmed to be in balance and all safety checks have cleared, the hydraulic cylinder is then pressurized to take the weight of the crane top, and the slewing unit is unbolted from the top of the mast. The cylinder is used to lift the climbing frame along with the top of the crane until there is enough clearance to insert a new mast section, which usually requires several strokes depending on the cylinder's length. The mast section can then be maneuvered inside the frame, where it is bolted to the underside of the slewing unit, and the hydraulic cylinder is depressurized so that the bottom of the new section engages with the top of the existing mast. After the joints are securely fastened, the cylinder is retracted and repositioned on the next push point, and the whole cycle can repeat until the crane reaches the desired height. Once the process is complete, the climbing frame will either be lowered down the mast or removed entirely until it is needed to raise the crane higher or to bring it back down. Now up to this point, we have only talked about tower cranes that climb externally on the outside of a building. However, they can also climb internally on the inside of a building. In this scenario, the weight of the crane is carried by the constructed portion of the building, which can increase the lifting capacity and reduce costs by eliminating the need for a tall mast. The process begins in the same way as before by erecting a crane on top of a concrete foundation, but the top is the climbing section at the bottom that will be used to lift the crane later on. As the building is constructed around the mast, two steel collars are installed approximately 3 stories apart, which connect the crane to the building's structural system. Climbing rails extend between the collars down the inside of the open shaft, and these provide support for a hydraulic jack that is positioned inside the mast climbing section. When the crane is ready to be climbed, the tower is unbolted from the foundation, and the hydraulic cylinder is pressurized to take it.
So this is how we can erect the tower crane for the constructions of the high-rise building. Okay. So another important second type is the mobile crane. Okay. So what do we mean by the mobile crane? This movement of the crane is often from one place to another place, as well as the movement of crane basic from one place to another place. So mobile means which is mounted on a particular truck or dumper. Such type of the crane is known as the mobile crane. So the mobile crane is also having the 7 to 8 types: truck mounted crane, side lift crane, rough terrain crane, all terrain crane, crawler crane, railroad crane, floating crane, and aerial crane. So these are the types of the mobile cranes. Now, as far as concerned with the truck mounted crane, see here, this is a particular truck, and it has also a jack to uh, balance the load of the truck or balance the load of this particular the crane. So the crane mounted on a rubber tire truck will provide great mobility. We can move this particular crane from one place to another place within a short durations. So these crane are able to travel on highway, eliminating the need for special equipment to transport the crane. The another important mobile crane is side lift crane. A side lift crane is a road going truck or semi trailer. The container lift is done with parallel crane. So see here, this is also mounted on a particular truck where we want to lift the loads. Then the another important the crane as a movable crane, that is a rough terrain crane. This particular crane is mounted on a carriage with 4 rubber tires that is designed for pick and carry the operations. And these telescope crane are single engine mechanism. So this is a particular type of the crane we can use for lifting of the loads. Then this is all-terrain crane, all-terrain type crane. The mobile crane with the necessary equipment to travel at a speed on a public roads and on rough terrain at a particular job site using all vehicle and crab steering. So generally, this type of the crane is used to maintenance purpose in case of the highway, then in case of the hilly roads. So where we can lift the particular materials to maintain a particular highway. So such type of the crane we can use. This can easily work in the ordinary situations also in case of the terrain. Then a crawler crane will be there. So crawler is a crane mounted on a undercarriage with a set of trucks that provide stability and mobility. So they can move around on site and perform each lift. So this is about the crawler crane. This is the boom, we can say, the pipe, and this is the arrangement for lifting of the loads, and this is the cabin where the operator can sit and operate particular crawler crane to lift a particular heavy load. Then another important types of the crane is a railroad crane. So a railroad crane is a type of crane used on a railroad for one of the 3 primary uses: handling, maintenance, and accident recovery. So
This type of the crane is used for any type of handling material on a particular road constructions, and if you want to do the maintenance, then we can handle or shift the particular materials for constructions of the flexible or rigid pavement also. And if the accident will happen, so on the road, we can lift all these damaged vehicles and to load that vehicles in the truck or the okay. So such type of the railroad crane we can use and for the purpose of handling, maintenance and accident, particularly on the roads. The another important types of the crane is floating crane. So the floating crane are used mainly in bridge building and port constructions. So in case of the underwater construction, we can use such type of the crane, but they are also used for occasional loading and unloading for of special heavy loads on and off ships. So such type of the crane we can use for lifting the particular loads in case of the underwater constructions, or also for the bridge construction across a particular river. Then this is a particular crane, we can call it as a aerial crane. Okay. So the helicopter used to lift heavy loads are called the aerial crane. The helicopters carry the load connected to long cables or ceilings, and in order to place heavy equipment are used. So see here, this is a particular helicopter which is used to lift a particular load at a particular location. So such type of the for the purpose of elevationary constructions, we can use the aerial crane. Then the tips on using crane and hoist: before moving a load, ensure all materials and parts blocking and packing have been removed from the load before the lifting, and also make sure that the lifting device sit in the saddle of the hook. So this is the things we should understand before using any types of the cranes. So this is about the today's lecture. In the next lecture we will going into detail the advantages, disadvantages, then lifting capacity. So this is a basic part of all the machinery we can use for lifting purpose. So thank you once again. So I am going to download the attendance, today's attendance. So if anybody is having any question, please ask right now.